Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have a full house. Meet myself, Robert, and Greg, the Way Better NPCs, live in front of you in your home, on your phone, wherever you are. Today, we are talking about DC Fandom, specifically the two new games that are coming out, Suicide Squad and the new, what was it, Dark Knight?
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
Okay.
Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
I keep calling it Dark Knight. I don't know why. I think we're going to start by talking about Gotham Knights, and then we'll do Suicide Squad second. So Amit said he took notes already. So Amit is far more prepared.
There it is.
Put up the notes. There you go.
I got a question. Are we burying the lead? Did we just have the new logo drop before this?
We did. Oh,
Are we
it is
burying
so
that lead?
beautiful. It's
sorry.
Don't
If you're
bury the
watching
lead.
already,
Here.
you saw the intro. Shout out our guy Kevin, my college roommate, my good friend. Kevin
Looks
does
so
all my
good.
animations on my Twitch, and he'll be doing our animations here. Yes, our new logo, our new intro. It's awesome. Guys, if you want to say something short about it so Kevin can feel good.
Yeah, way better NPCs, way better name than the Stadia podcast that I planned for, but I'm loving this new name. I love the new logo. Let's get after
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
So
Dude, I barely know any of you guys, right? Like, I know Santino. I'm meeting Greg for the first time right now. Rob, the first time I talked to you was last week. So, hey, thanks for having me. And if I ever meet Kevin, I'm going to shake that guy's hand because it looks awesome, man.
Deal.
Big
Ferg,
facts.
you have anything quick for Kevin?
Yo, he killed that shit, like undeniably. Like I love it. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it justice.
The good energy. We will do it justice. So we're
on
going to talk
Kobe's
about
birthday. Let's do it.
Yes, and Kobe's birthday. We are going to talk about Gotham Knights first. Let's do our usual quick reactions. Just fire them off of me. You can go first, Greg, then Rob, and then I'll go.
All right, cool. I loved it, right? I loved it. It's being done by WB Montreal. They did Arkham Origins, so they had to use Rocksteady's manuscript when they did it the first time. This is their chance to now show what they got. I thought it's pre-alpha gameplay. I love seeing gameplay. We haven't seen any of that really from Xbox and PlayStation with their events. So seeing
shots fired.
Seeing 7 or 8 minutes of like good gameplay pre-alpha,
yes.
right? Like this is awesome. This is the way to do it. Don't just be like, here's this crappy thing. But no, I loved it. I can go through my notes. I can wait, whatever you guys want. But here's quick stuff. All right. It's pre-alpha. I get it. The voice acting was bad. They need to fix that. I thought the graphics looked great. I know it's going to be on current gen and next gen, but it still looked good. I love stealth. I love that you see the Robin stealth action there, taking down the guy. That was really, really fun. Co-op combo moves. They had that in Arkham Knight. I'm glad it's returning. They're going to do I think it's going to be really great. And then I love seeing Court of Owls. I know there's going to be way more than that, but having Court of Owls is great. I love that it's going to be a big RPG, so you can see people's levels, like the bad guys' levels are above them. I think a lot of the people were level 10, so that's cool that it's going to scale probably with whoever you battle. But besides that, one thing that I was missing was the combo meter. I don't know if that's something they're going to add later, but we'll see. But overall, very, very happy with the presentation.
Greg.
All right. Yeah, I am now very happy with what they did there, the presentation. Originally, I was a little scared. It came out looking to me like we were going to get like a Destiny Division type game as a service with, multiple characters. I thought they were going the Avengers route, which was maybe fine, but rumors were Suicide Squad was doing that. I didn't know. Once they came out later and said, nope, you can do it fully 1 player, maximum 2 player. I was like, whoa, 4 characters and it's max 2 player. Perfect. Right up my alley. Love that. It is cool they're adding RPG elements. It's going to be a little bit different than the stuff we've seen before out of Arkham. It'll be interesting to see, do you level up as a group of knights? Do you, have to level up your characters individually, adding more replayability to maybe missions or the world? trying out all those characters. They made Robin look cool, which is very hard to do, and I thought he was the coolest looking guy out there.
Because he's always in tights and a diaper.
Yeah, that's the dumbest costume of them all, but he's out there like zipping around with his green baton.
Is that Damian Wayne? Is that who they're doing?
It's
for
Tim Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Red Hood, no rules, shooting people up, love that. And then Nightwing, right?
Nightwing, yeah. Nightwing.
Okay. Yeah, Nightwing from the old games. Loved him there. Loved the combo moves with him. Batman, is he going to come back? Probably.
Oh, don't do that. No. Don't get there yet. We're doing that last.
All right. Scratch that. But yeah, overall, it looked good. One thing we'll talk about when we get into more conversation on it is the enemy scaling. Not a big plus for me. I think we've gone too far in terms of enemy scaling with your level. I kind of like I rather hit a grind than have to go back, level up to face new enemies, as opposed to this constant scaling like in AC Odyssey, things like that. But that's just, I think we've gone maybe too heavy to the scaling, and JRPGs are the only place we get that old grind again. But that's something we can talk about later. Overall, okay. I enjoyed the presentation. I'm really excited for this game. Go ahead, Fergs.
Oh, I mean, it's like, it's the whole vibe, you know what I mean? I love it. It looked really cool. And again, like Amit had said, I think I appreciated the fact that we got like gameplay and stuff overall. Cause like, you can make a trailer look as beautiful as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think gameplay actually gives you a little bit of like okay, this is what we're getting into and stuff. So
you get a taste of what you're actually going to be playing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Versus just like, oh, that looks pretty. You can make anything look pretty, but like you can see something like moving, you get a feel for what you're actually going to be doing. And I think that's more important than anything.
Yeah, everything you guys said, I agree with. What was funny for me when they showed all the characters, like I didn't read anything ahead of time, so I knew nothing going into this. I had no idea until like 3 hours later when I got on Twitter that it was a co-op game. I truthfully didn't. I was like, oh, this is cool. Am I going to swap between characters like in different scenes, or am I going to play through one character and you get replay value and you play through the next three and it's going to be different each which way? Maybe that is still a case because you can play solo and you can do co-op. But from there, I was just like, all right, co-op, cool. I can play with friends.
Yeah, I feel like to me it feels like it's single player with the co-op option. And I'm excited. Like, I can't wait to see how they explain more about that, because it was very unclear in the presentation, but it seems like it's going to be pretty cool.
What are some worries you guys have about the game? And we'll go same order. Amit, go ahead.
Yeah. One of the things is the co-op thing. How much is it going to be implemented? How will it be implemented? Do I want to play co-op, or is it going to be the single player adventure and it's an add-on? Who knows? I love the combo meter stuff, so I'm missing the combo meters there. And I guess just I kind of wish that it was only next gen, because they can really push it far. So those are just my little things right now, just little things, but that's what I'm missing right now. So, and Greg, I know we're gonna talk about Batman later, but you always want to be Batman, right? So
I got a whole spiel on that. I want to go first on that. Greg, give me your nose, or concerns, I should say.
I mean, my concern is it's not Rocksteady, and I like what Montreal did with Origins. I think it's actually a pretty underrated game. I think it got a lot of unnecessary, crap for not being the Rocksteady one. But now that they are taking it their own direction, they don't have Batman to rely on. Maybe we're gonna get hopefully something new that makes it not just Arkham Knight and the old stuff. So let's see, like, can they really take the reins and lead this in their direction? So that's a little bit, not much of a worry, but let's see, like, prove it to me. The other thing is, I just hope it doesn't fall into the traps of it's kind of just another RPG with the enemy scaling, with, we're going to find some pickups and then make our character better, but does it really matter? Our character is better because, the level of fighting you have to do is going to be the same. We'll see. Overall,
I'm pretty,
though,
and to cut you off, Greg, sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive it's going to be a little more linear than RPG. I have a good feeling it's going to be way more linear than people think it's going to be.
So is your feeling more of a? I'm trying to think of a game where you, in a way, level, but it's still linear. Maybe more of a God of War. Like,
yeah,
right?
That's a good, even like the Arkham series. You
Yeah.
leveled, but it was still linear.
Yeah, you did level in Arkham, but you never had an enemy level, right? You didn't have experience.
That's true. Yeah,
And
that's true. So yeah,
so-
God of War, like a Borderlands type thing.
Mhm.
You know, as you go higher, the enemies go higher.
Yeah. So a lot of the things I guess I'm worried about. Maybe it's unfair to be worried at this point. This is our first reveal, right?
True.
So like
True.
I'm worried like so am I gonna have to like level up all characters individually? How's that gonna
Or do
feel?
they
Am I
scale
gonna
together?
Yeah, am I gonna play Robin a bunch because he looks badass and then get him to my level of
No,
20?
I'm Team Nightwing.
And then like
man.
I can't get the other guy. I have to go back and get the other guys up.
Yeah.
And again, these aren't worries because it's so fresh, it's so new.
These are like
Let's
questions.
see. Like, yeah.
Hey guys, let's not hate on Robin. All 3 of the males were all Robin.
They're
right?
all Robins,
They're all
essentially.
Robin.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
not
all
hating
Robins.
on Robin. I can't wait to
Wait,
play
wait,
as
I
Robin.
said,
hold on.
hold on.
So wait,
Stop
Nightwing
the
is who's
slander.
Nightwing? What's Nightwing's real name?
Dick Grayson, right?
Dick Grayson. Jason Todd is who?
Red Hood.
Red Hood. Okay, and then who's
Tim
playing?
Drake.
Tim Drake. Okay, so
Yeah.
all the
So
failed.
the only one that's not
prodigies.
in is Damien. So.
Damien.
Mhm.
But they don't want to integrate Damien ever. This is off topic. Whatever.
Yeah,
Rob,
it's
give
all
us your
about DC
this is a
lore.
whole
We're just talking
different
games.
go, Rob.
It's kind of like what he just said. It's too early to have any worries, in my opinion. Like we just got like a little bit of the thing, you know. I guess my only thought, if I had to really dig deep and be critical, is like a lot of times when you have multiple characters, the story's written more lean towards one over the other. So I hope that they don't like do that, because it happens almost all the time when you have like options like that, and then like when you're playing one character, it's like not that fleshed out versus the one that they really want you to play. You know what I mean? You know which one's canon and stuff. So I mean, I'm hoping for a linear experience along the lines of the Arkham series. I hope that it's either the same across the board for whoever you're playing with, because obviously people are going to have preferences, or maybe they force you to switch out based on whatever you're doing.
That's what I think. It's going to force you to switch out. That it's never going to be like you can play as Dick Grayson one, and then you can do Jason Todd, and then you do the whole game as one, and then you keep going in background and so on and so forth. I think the best case scenario for them, if when it comes to characters, is you start with one and you do a whole playthrough with the option of swapping out in certain points, or it's what you just said, Rob. It's like it forces you to swap out during different acts. Like this act is Nightwings, this act is Batgirls, and so forth. To me, I think that would be the safest formula. I think it just gets into too much confusion if it's like, all right, well, I can't use Red Hood because I've hardly played him and I'm already halfway through the game. So do I need to go back, or am I doing side missions forever to get him up to the same level as I have Nightwing or Batwoman and all that? Or it's not Batwoman. What's her name?
Batgirl,
Yeah, right?
Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Yeah.
And then like halfway through, they switch and make you play as the person who killed Batman. That's a Last of Us joke.
Okay. I really wish we had a meet for The Last of Us.
Come on.
Anyways, Greg.
Sorry.
Well, I already had a really good point that I lost after that. Now I'm just all over the place. There was something that someone said on Twitter about Batgirl, and if you remember how Arkham, what was the last game? Arkham
Night.
What was it?
Arkham
Knight ended, and how she got hurt, she got paralyzed, but she wanted to become who she is. They were like, I don't think this game is in correlation to Arkham Knight or even go ahead, Rob.
Well, I was gonna ask that because at the end of Arkham Knight, if you get all the Riddler trophies, like there's like a surprise cutscene where he like blows up the whole mansion and pretty much like fakes his own death, and this one started with dead. So I'm like, are they in the same universe?
No.
Is it the same?
They did confirm.
Yeah, they confirmed this is a different universe.
Okay,
So wait, I thought they confirmed it's connected, but
No.
it's
So
Suicide Squad, I know is
Suicide Squad
connected.
is.
oh. Okay.
I didn't know if this
Okay.
one was though.
Which raises questions. Well, never mind. We'll get there.
No, that's where we're going now. So,
But
in
I'm
my
talking about
opinion,
Batman Suicide Squad. That's
Batman, like, for me, I was hyped when we were all like, hey, we're getting a new Batman game. I can't wait to play as Batman because Batman's my favorite superhero. And I'm like, I turn on this trailer and he's like, if you're watching this, I'm dead. I'm like, all right. And then it was just like, here's the 4 people that are taking on my legacy. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I don't hate this. But I'm like, are they really going to make a Batman game where they don't at least give you a side mission or a DLC, or like the game ends and then you see the I'm Batman and he comes out of nowhere and you're fighting the final boss with Bruce Wayne? It's, I mean, do any of you think we're getting Batman, like a playable Batman?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So here's my thing. I think it's a misdirection. I think we're going to pick up with the Riddler thing. Batman's dead. And I think he's going to come back. And I think they're saying that Suicide Squad, and not to get too far into this, is a continuation, is because we're going to need Batman if you're going to kill the Justice League. You can't leave Batman out of killing the Justice League. So he's going to have to show up in that game. So I think maybe this game is he's dead. We're playing as these guys. At the end, he maybe comes back, and that fills his way into the Suicide Squad Rocksteady game. That's maybe a bit too connected and planned out for these 7-year development cycles they've been on. But that would be, I think, a pretty cool way to tie it all together. But we'll see.
Amit?
Well, since they're 2 different universes, I don't think that's going to correlate in Suicide Squad in this game. So
if they're telling the truth,
if they're telling the truth, right.
If they're telling the truth.
No, so what I wrote down was he's not dead, and it's a couple of different things. Either he's faking his death to bring the Court of Owls out in full force, and let's do what they're gonna do, and then he's gonna show up later once like you find out what the Court of Owls plan is and all that stuff, or the Court of Owls, basically they find him dead, they reanimate him as a Talon, and then he's like a super boss that you got to beat, and then like get him back into being Bruce Wayne from trying to reverse engineer this Talon reanimation thing and try to bring him back. So it could be something crazy like that. That's what I was thinking. We'll see once we get a hold of the game, though. So
Amit, I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm guessing you're going to know this. In Zack Snyder's Court of Owls, isn't it? It's Thomas Wayne is kind of the catalyst, right? Thomas Wayne's tied in pretty heavily, and Bruce is kind of drawn in.
I think so. The most that I have with Court of Owls is when I watched Batman vs. Robin, the animated movie. But that was like 5 years ago that I've seen.
Yeah, that was
okay. Yeah,
sorry, I don't know the answer.
No, I read that novel, but it was I read Zack Snyder's run, and he's awesome. And that was so long ago that I don't remember. But I remember Thomas Wayne being heavily connected, and that's what draws Batman in. So maybe they're just flipping it and using Batman in that Thomas role to draw his crew in to do this. But I do like that reanimated. That I think that could be a. If you fight Batman, right?
Your thoughts, Rob, on if you're going to see good old Bruce, or you get to play as him, or if he's just really dead?
I don't know if you'll play with him, but I don't think he's dead. I think it's a misdirection. Like whatever. I think that like that the final boss fight idea of like getting him back and shit like that. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But outside of that, no, I don't think he's dead. I think people love Batman too much to not want to they want to see him at least in
that's
some
where
capacity.
I was like a little salty. I was like,
I was saying like
Batman.
Yeah, I was like, I personally like, because I think if you're really good at like telling stories, then you can get me to care about whoever.
Right.
So like, if this is a good experience, like we can enjoy or appreciate any 4 of these people. But I do think that diehard fans are going to want to at least see him for a while in some capacity, whether that be like he's like talking to them via like leftover recordings or something, or if you actually see him, or some type of psychological thing. I don't know. They have so many different things at play when it comes to like the Batman stuff and like Gotham and all this type of shit. Like they can make it happen. And you kind of have to wait to choose.
Santino,
what else? Go ahead, Greg.
A quick question for you after our Ghost of Tsushima talk. Without Batman, do we finally get rid of the detective mode in the game?
Batman is the only game I want detective mode. I mean, when you play Ghost of Tsushima, you are going to be so mad at all of this detective nonsense.
I have it ready after I beat Horizon.
I don't want you got detective stuff in Horizon too, right?
I'm so
Yeah,
jealous of you playing Horizon and then Ghost.
Yeah. No, in Horizon, you got to use the focus, so it's like
I don't want any detective. Sony, or Batman, whoever's made Sony, Xbox, Rocksteady, and Warner Brothers. Get a copyright and just you are the only people that can do detective stuff. Nobody else. I'm sick of it. I am absolutely sick of it. I don't want it in any more of my video games unless it's Uncharted.
Or if they can make like a Knives Out video game, then I'm cool with that.
LA Noire, buddy. LA Noire.
LA Noire. Yeah, LA Noire. You get that. Amit, like closing before we go into Suicide Squad, what else did you jot down in regards to Batman that you might want to discuss with us?
Yeah, so I really like all the characters. I liked all 4. I'm actually most excited to play Batgirl. I was doing a little research with like some other people talking about the game too, and you can see in Batgirl here that she was Oracle, so she did go through that whole paralyzed thing, and now she's like worked herself.
Yeah, because they talked about it briefly. They were like coming back from an injury, and then they showed her whole like flying out in the air and stuff.
Yeah. So, closing though, I did find some rumors that someone posted about this game before. If you want me to go through it, I can definitely let you know that. Cool.
So they said that.
Yeah. So, they said that it's a large open world city divided into 17 districts, each controlled by an elite talent. So maybe if that's true, maybe the 18th talent would be Batman, right? So after you beat all of them, and then it says that there may be DLC later, that Harley Quinn might be playable. Who knows? It says that the main antagonist is Court of Owls, which you know that. Talons can regenerate after being defeated, and you can go and they'll chase you. Basically, they'll go after the character that's defeated them.
Nemesis system. Bring it back.
Nemesis system.
I love that, right? Defeating an elite talent means that their district becomes of Batman Inc., so you get access to new upgrades, crafting materials, stuff like that.
Kind of like Spider-Man.
Yep. Secret villain controlling the Court of Owls are 3 Jokers, and that's based off of Jeff Johns' upcoming comic.
Mark Hamill, bring him back.
Yeah. So, and then
they need to.
And then they said it's coming in 2021 to all the systems. So that was the rumors that I saw that stuck out to me that actually would make sense. So
if those rumors are true, I'm way more excited about this game now. Those are some good rumors.
I can see all those being true. Yeah, none of them sound too far-fetched in my opinion.
Because the next thing I was going to bring up is we talked a lot about Batman, but what about the Joker? He's been a key part in so many of these games.
To me, you can't have a Batman game without a Joker. There's got to be, and I think a Batman game of this caliber where the Joker has harmed all of those 4 in one way or another, or has psychologically messed them up, he has to be somewhere in the game. I mean, it wouldn't make sense without him, in my opinion. Rob, I'm going to have you start with your feelings on Justice League. Not Justice League. Suicide Squad Kills Justice League. You watched that, right?
Yeah, I watched it.
Let me know what you thought from that. What was it, 7 minutes that they gave? 8 minutes? They gave a good, like, a long trailer on that.
I thought it was like 4. But
yeah, I was going to say, did I miss a trailer?
Oh, shoot. I thought, we have 10 minutes already. Where's this going? I'm upgrading it. Just keep going.
Did I miss it? Wait, is there a longer trailer?
Maybe I'm just mixed up with my times in the back.
Opens with Harley, ends with Superman. You got it.
Yeah. Okay, so cool, we're good then. So if I'm being honest, I was more excited from the Gotham Nights trailer than this one. Because this was, like I said, we talked about gameplay and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It kind of just seemed like a really pretty trailer thrown together. For me, especially since you gave us the rumors already, you gave us the confirmation, like I think this trailer for me only kind of showed us the tone of the story we're going to get more than anything. I mean, like I said, you can make anything look pretty, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, all right, cool, you know, like, is this an engine? Like, is this like active? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're just watching the cinematic, and it's beautiful cinematic, and it looks cool. Absolutely. But more from what I took from it was like, okay, cool. So this is going to be like a serious task, but we're going to get like a fun time. We're going to get a lot of banter. We're going to get this and that, which is like, you know, like I said, you know, you get an understanding of what you're signing up for in terms of like tone of the game you're getting. I think part of what kind of tempered my expectations or excitement was the fact that I did hear the rumors about it being like a games of service, like the Avengers and stuff, and that's kind of not my style. So I'm like,
Nope.
I think I'd be more into this if you gave us like a real fun story, like with this and this and this, versus like I'm sure there'll be story missions, but then it'll be like a lot of random stuff. That's how it does go down. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm not as excited as I am about Gotham Knights.
When I saw the trailer, the first, and I'm gonna do this like comparison because like when I saw a game for the PS4, they really had me on this CGI and like the visuals for the cutscenes, and like Fatima was watching it with me, and I'm like, does this look like a video game? She's like, no, we're watching a movie right now, aren't we? I was like, no, that's a video game, and I was like in so much awe and like truly amazed by how that like that cutscene of that 4 minutes was. And I was like, okay, I know it's Rocksteady. This isn't Ubisoft and Watch Dogs 1 getting me again with a great cutscene and the gameplay is going to look like ass. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and think this looks phenomenal. But I was like, if this is what next gen is going to look like, I'm like every video we've done up to now, I'd be like, I'm sold. Like you could sell me on a PS5 and an Xbox just by looking at that cutscene, that 4.5 minutes of whatever it was. I was extremely confused when Superman showed up the way he showed up. I've never seen the Suicide Squad movie. I haven't seen the Justice League.
Don't.
No, look at everybody. Don't. No,
It's so bad. It has nothing to do with this game. Do not see it.
I was hoping that was the reaction I would get from my friends.
I had to turn off the Oscars when it won. I was so sick.
I was extremely confused when Superman showed up like that. So I'm excited to see like what Rob said, the banter between these characters, because it's kind of like they hate each other, love each other, just cuss each other out type of game. And then they're fighting for one purpose, and then you have to figure out what's wrong with Superman and the rest of the Justice League. So I wasn't sure what game I was more excited for. I want to lean towards this because it's more like I don't know. Like it's more like mystery to me. I know like a lot more Batman stuff, but I was amazed by just the way it looked. And I hate to be that guy, but like you should never just want to have a game because of the way it looked. But I'm hoping like with this, the way the characters are set up, their stories, the fighting, I hope it's up to par of what Rocksteady has given us over the years.
Santino, by 2022, you're going to be so into your PC that you won't know how to use a controller to play this game. So we won't have to.
I'm playing all the games on controller. I'm playing all the games on controller.
All right, I'm just messing with you. But I agree. I think it's exciting because it's like this is the next gen. This is, like what Rocksteady is what we've been waiting for. But the hard part is like it is just a trailer. And another thing that's very hard for me is it games as a service? It sounds like it's going to be.
I don't want that.
I don't want that really either. And then like so far we've got the 4 base characters, it seems like. And when you got the Avengers doing games as a service and they're throwing out their heavy hitters, like this isn't like Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman games as a service. It's these 4 characters that we don't really know other than Harley Quinn, and what this trailer did do made you think like, damn, these characters are kind of cool. I like their banter. These are players these are guys I could play with, but does it have the pull of the Avengers? I don't know. So what did they do? They flip it on its head. You're going to go after the Justice League. Kind of a cool premise. I think there's a lot of promise. It's Rocksteady. I'm excited for that. Games as a service. Let's see. Sell me on it.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm probably going to play Avengers because it's Avengers. That's going to be fun. Beta was kind of fun, even though it's not great. It's fun. We'll see.
Amit?
I don't know.
All right. So everything that Arkham Knights is, this is the exact opposite, right? Gotham Knights, excuse me. Gotham Knights, dark, gritty. You see this trailer, it's bright and it's fun.
Yeah, it's happy.
It's so different, which I like that, right? Make it completely opposite, which it's fun to think about that the good guys get the dark gritty and the bad guys get fun and exciting, right? If it's a games as a service, I'm not going to be happy about that.
Same.
Once the new Suicide Squad movie comes out with James Gunn, I think people are going to want those characters, right? He's such a good
He's
film.
good at selling you the characters.
He's so good at that. No one cared about Guardians of the Galaxy, and now everyone
I didn't
loves
even know what
them.
that was until that came out, and I'd love it.
Yeah, he's
Right,
putting
exactly.
20 characters in this movie, and we're gonna love them all.
Oh,
you know?
that trailer was so much fun to see with all the characters. Sean Gunn is like he's a it's like Weasel or whatever. It looked great. But once that comes out, everyone's gonna want that.
The video games are gonna make more sense.
And games as a service makes sense for it. I don't want it, but it's gonna make sense for it. The thing I don't know how to feel about this, but they're listing this game as an action adventure shooter, right? So this means
I saw that.
That's a lot going on there.
Action adventure shooter, like that's so different from I thought it was going to be more melee, right? Everyone's got their weapon, like obviously
Harley Quinn in the bat, yeah,
right. But it's like it's a shooter, so it's like okay, this is going to be more gun based than than anything else. So that part is making me think about it, but it's Rocksteady, so you not just want to like it, it's probably going to be good. It's just very confusing to me thinking of an action adventure shooter with these characters. I love that it's a continuation of the Arkham games. Everyone loves those games. Let's keep it in the same universe as that. I don't know how I feel about this either. They said Metropolis is the 5th character of the game, so I would like to go to tons of different locations, but if we're going to be sticking in Metropolis, I'm like, okay, so are all the Justice League members now we're there to start? I don't know how it's going to get there, but I wish we were going to more locale, right? Like if Gotham Nights is Gotham City and we're staying in one place, I would like this game to go everywhere, but I guess that's not working. So, but besides it looks fun. Let's see what it looks like, but I wish there was gameplay. 2 years out, we'll see where we go.
Do either of these games get delayed? Is the $1 million question for next gen?
Suicide Squad cannot. 7 years since Arkham Knight. My bet is probably does though, right? Like I don't know, but it can't. Like I don't know.
For multi-platform games, I don't think these two DC needs a W, and if their games come out swinging, which I hope they do because they look good. Pandemic or not, whatever weird situation our world is in, I truly hope these games don't get delayed. Because at this point, I don't know what I'm playing on next gen anymore.
I'm a huge Marvel fan. I don't know if you can see behind me. That's my little Marvel shrine. I got all the comic book tops. I got all the Funkos for it. I'm more excited right now for the DC stuff. These games, like throwing me over the top, So I'm super excited. Yeah, I want all these games to be on next gen. I don't care if I have to get a new system if it takes me a while, but I want to play these games. I want them to look amazing. Right. I want them to be updated. So I'm super excited for these DC games myself.
I think with this whole DC fandom thing, and especially with Avengers, they're pretty much faded out with their original cast of 10 plus years. I think this is going to be like a defining moment for DC when it comes to their movies, when it comes to their games. I mean, their comics are always going to be forever great, comics for Marvel as well. But I think we can all agree that like Marvel has had the upper hand on DC in regards to movies and cinema and the video game world for the last few years, especially.
I wouldn't jump to video game. Oh well, past gen maybe because we only got one Arkham, but other than Spider-Man, I don't know. I think DC might have the.
That's true. Yeah, we don't have an Avengers game until now. That's true.
No, and COVID totally derailed everything Marvel was going to do, right? All the movies pushed back. All the shows pushed back. It's an open slate right now. DC's fighting, and they're doing this huge thing. They can take all the people that are wanting info and just run with it. So
yeah. Yep. Do you guys have any other? Go ahead, Greg.
Oh, I think my kind of closing thought is where I said earlier. The Gotham Knights is, hey, we've had this legacy of this style game, and now it's Montreal's time to prove it to me. Suicide Squad is in the opposite position where it's like, oh, I don't know about this, but I believe in Rocksteady. So like, all right, I'm in. So I'm in on both these games. I'm excited for both these games.
Yeah,
one of them is like, all right, just don't mess this up. I'm going to love Gotham Knights. If you do something new, even better. Montreal, stick your name on the map. Rocksteady, bring me into this games as a service if that's what you're doing. Make it something for me, someone who doesn't play games as a service.
Yeah.
And it seems like most of us don't. So like bring us into that.
Sell
And
us on it.
if there's someone to do it and in a DC world, I'll wait and, you know, hold out hope that they're the ones to do it.
Yeah. Rob, you got any closing thoughts? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm at too. You know what I mean? Like the Gotham Nights one looks like more of the same, but like that's not bad when you're
Not
like,
a bad
doing
thing.
great.
Yeah.
You know
You
what I
want
mean?
it.
Just a different story and stuff. So it's like it's easy for me. It's easy to like know what I'm like that I'll enjoy that versus the other one, which like again you kind of like Rocksteady's our tier 1 studio. So like you know they have the liberty, like the freedom to try new things because they've been so successful. And I hope they knock it out the park. Like I said, I don't want bad things from anybody. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I hope it's
It
great.
seems so
but,
weird
like,
to root for bad things to happen on games we want to be excited about.
exactly, right? Yeah. So yeah, no, I want it to be great. But I need to see more before I really get hyped for it, I guess, personally.
Amit, close us out.
Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. I am hyped when I first see stuff right away because I love shiny, I love new. So
Absolutely.
like, give me this stuff now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's gonna be me coming down, right? Like I said, the Xbox conference was 8 out of 10. It's not an 8 out of 10, but I thought it was 8 out of 10 when I first saw it, right? So I'm like up here right now. So I just want nothing. You know, if it has to get delayed, it's gonna come down. But like you know, or if we see more gameplay and it looks worse, then it's gonna come down a little bit more, you know. But right now I'm super hyped. I love it all. I want it now. And I thought they both looked good. 2 completely different directions. And so I'm just pumped to play it and let's go.
Well, there are exciting times coming for video games, for movies. Hopefully we get them sooner than later. This has been our very first of many together for the Way Better NPCs. Hopefully we can keep this going, and by next year we're all at E3 playing all these games that are coming out in 2022.
In 2022, we'll be playing Suicide Squad on our PS5s.
Yeah, all right. PS5. We're promoting PS5 here apparently, so Greg can get a free one. Anyways,
Sony show. Let's go.
Guys, it has been a lot of fun. We will surely talk soon. I appreciate you guys taking the time on this Sunday. You guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll talk to you.
Thanks, Santino.
Sure.
Later, guys.
Guys.
Bye, guys.